Would you dare to look into the eyes of a ghost frozen in time? For over a century, one photograph has defied explanation, whispered about in hushed tones as the screaming ghost. A photograph is meant to freeze a moment in time. But what if it froze something else, something unexplainable, something terrifying? For over a century, one single image has haunted history, the screaming ghost photograph. Some call it a hoax. Others swear it's cursed. Tonight, we dig into the mystery that refuses to die.
Welcome to Behind the Crime. Step into the real stories, raw footage, and shocking truths.
It was the late 1800s, the Victorian era, a world obsessed with death, seances, and speaking to the afterlife. Spiritualism was everywhere, from parlor rooms to candlelit halls. People wanted proof that the dead could still reach the living, and photography became a tool for the supernatural. In this world, the screaming ghost photograph was born. A grainy black and white image of a woman. Her mouth, frozen wide. Her eyes, blank with terror. Her scream, silent, yet somehow, deafening. The first people who saw it swore they could hear the photo. They said it was as though the scream itself had been captured and trapped forever. But could such an image even exist? Early photography was primitive, but not without its tricks. Double exposure. Long shutter speeds. Manipulation in the darkroom. Skeptics argued it was nothing more than a cruel illusion. Still, others pushed back. Eyewitnesses to the photograph's creation insisted no trickery was involved. The woman had been alive one moment and dead the next. Her last breath, her final scream, captured in a single flash. Experts tried to analyze the plate. Some noted distortions impossible with the era's technology. Others found nothing but smudges and scratches. The debate split scientists, believers, and skeptics alike. Then came the curse. Collectors who owned the original print met tragic fates. A wealthy London banker who purchased the photo? Dead within weeks of financial ruin. A young historian who studied it? Found drowned in the Thames under mysterious circumstances. Even museums refused to display it, claiming sudden fires, equipment failures, and whispers echoing through empty halls. The curse didn't stop with the original. Even reproductions seemed to carry misfortune. Families reported arguments, accidents, and illnesses after hanging the photo in their homes. Some swore they heard screams at night. Others said the woman's eyes began to move. But perhaps the most chilling tale? A researcher who, after spending weeks examining the print, reported waking each night to the same nightmare, the woman standing at the foot of his bed, mouth wide open, screaming in silence. Despite, or perhaps because of, the fear, the screaming ghost photograph became legendary. It spread across Europe, whispered in occult circles, printed in paranormal journals, and later adapted into books, horror films, and urban legends. It wasn't just a photograph. It became a symbol, proof to believers that the camera could bridge the world of the living and the dead. And a warning, to skeptics, that some images might be too dangerous to stare at for too long. Thank you for watching this episode of Behind the Crime. We share these stories not to sensationalize, but to remember the victims, learn from the past, and raise awareness. If you found this story compelling, consider subscribing and turning on notifications. We explore real cases that deserve to be told. And remember, justice doesn't always come quickly, but truth has a way of surfacing. Stay safe. Stay curious. Behind the Crime.